Okay, before we get all emotional, let me stand up by the way. A lot of my friends would tell me, yo, you are a pure mama's boy, which is true. I was raised in power, by the way, so I'm not ashamed of that. If I think really deep into my childhood, I remember this one day, both my big brother and sister in the next shack, being babysitted for like a few hours in there, and me on my mother's back. She was building us a house. In life, you will be told so many times that you can't do it. It can't be done. Who are you to do it? So there was a lot of men in the area at the time, and everybody was building sheds. And finally, after us moving from one family house to another one, into another one, with 3 kids, finally she can be able to build us a house. So I was on her back, building this house. Imagine a woman, going on top of the house, trying to make sure everything is, concrete. There was a lot of men telling her, it can't be. There will never be a woman that can build the house. And it stands. For 7 years, we stayed on that shed. There's been winds, there's been rains, there's been sun, there's been seasons, but it stood. And she was told, you will never, a woman can never ever do that. But she did. Don't ever take disrespect from anybody.
Yeah.
If they tell you can't, you show them you can.
Yes.
And you will. So the second story that I remember was when everybody was, most in the townships you stay on the shack, and then later you get an RTP house. Family, friends, people that we hang around with, people that we trust with everything that we have, will always celebrate you until your success is on their level or higher than them, and then you are a target. You stop being, my friend is doing something. No, you stop. You become a target. Why is he doing better than me now? You know what I'm saying? So one of my uncles was running this whole project of giving out houses, and he said, my mom will never get one. And she fought for it because to her, it wasn't about her getting a house. It was about us. So, and eventually she got the house, which comes to my second question. What's your why? Why do you wake up in the morning and do what you do? Because if you are your why, there will be days that you are not worth it to yourself to get up in the morning and go do what you love. There will be days where you're like, not today, I'm not feeling it today. You need a why. You need a reason that's bigger than yourself to do what you do. Because I don't care how strong you are, I don't care how great or your strength is when it comes to your grind, but you will get tired. But if you don't have a why, then you sleep. You snooze that button and be like, some other time. So she had a why. So that's the biggest lesson I've learned in my life. So, enough about my mom. 2013, I would like to think that's the beginning of my life. I am doing matric. Well, I just had failed matric. Let me put it like this. I'm floating, I'm out of school now. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Finally, the day I've been waiting for all my life, you gotta finish school and then you can do whatever you want. Because that's how it goes at my house. You cannot do anything until you finish matric. And then finally, my finally was I didn't pass. But it was finally still, look, I can wake up whatever time I want and do whatever I want. So I spent the rest of 2014 with my friend Glenn. Shout out to Glenn. He's a rapper. And we're just floating in life. He has a job, I don't. He's, 7 years older than me. We vibe, we go to parties, girls, drunk on a Tuesday, until Saturday or maybe another Tuesday sometimes. We're just floating. In my head, we're having the best time of our lives. And then this one day, one morning, I realized something. Glenn has been out of school for almost a decade, and he has lived his life. And then I realized that 2014, it was him having the party. Me, I was drunk, I was just miserable. I didn't know what I'm gonna do with myself. A lot of people were looking down at me for the first time, because I was really a clever kid at school. It was just the last few parts I was not into it. So for the first time, people are looking at me like, he's dumb, he will never be anything. Who are you, boy? You know what I'm saying? As I'm floating and floating and floating, I remembered one thing. If I had passed metric, in my family, I would be the best person ever who has passed metric. There was nobody before me, and everybody was pushing me towards it because they wanted somebody to be the first. And there's a lot in everybody in here. There's a lot that we need to break. There's a lot of cycles that need to end with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, as I was floating and floating and floating, I remembered a lot of things. I remember this is how I was not raised like this. And this one morning, I think it was November 2014. It's been a year. We've been doing this thing the whole year, me and Glenn. And then this morning, my mom calls me. I'm like, yeah. When my mom says, sit down, we need to talk, it's about to hit the fan. So we had this conversation. It's like, I've been watching you doing this for months now. So I didn't want to tell you to stop. I want you to tell me, when does it stop? And then I thought, when does it stop? Because if I get drunk today, I wake up tomorrow with hangover and the same problems. Every day, all day. And I was a kid. I was only 19 years old for everything I was doing. So that's when my floating stopped. I realized also I couldn't go back to school at that time because there was just a lot of things that I was going through, and school was the last thing on my head. So in one of the conversations that we had, we spoke about radio. I was like, James, imagine if we can have, our own radio show, we talk about this, talk about that, and all the flexing and all of that. And then that's when the whole love for radio began. And then I also learned that there was a radio station in Paarl. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go try that out. I went in for the first time. They were like, you don't have a radio voice, disrespect. And when I went there again, it was like, no. Because I had an idea, I was like, okay, cool. For the first time in my life, I have an idea that's not influenced by anybody. It was not influenced by my parents, it was not influenced by, the chance, it was not influenced. I wanted to do this. For the first time, it was something that I really wanted to do. And so I kept on going. I went there for the 4th time, and it was like, okay, cool, look, we're gonna let you do the news. And it's a cause because there was nobody doing it at the time. I tell you, I sucked. Purely, if there's something that I sucked on in life ever, is reading the news. So I did the news for like 3 days, and then the 4th day I was like, Sazi, where are you going, bro? But also I realized that I'm in. This is it. If I master this, I can switch up into anything. From sometimes in life you get a very, very bad foundation. You're like, yo. This is not it. But you're in. That's your starting point. So reading news was my starting point. And then one day I decided, look, I want something more. And I kept on telling them, I want more. Can I have more? Can I do that? Can somebody make space for me in that show? Can I, So I kept on asking questions and questions. And then one day I met this guy. He was there for his show, and I had just done the news. And I was like, yo, look, can you feature me on your show and like do entertainment news instead? You know, because that's a little bit interesting than going. Look, on send your store. Now I'm gonna get to do entertainment news. That's flexing. That's okay. That's my age. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing news, so I mean it's news at the end of the day." And then I did the first show. He was like, "Okay, come back tomorrow." And then I went there tomorrow, and you know, from tomorrow it was 3 months later. I was still on his show. Now 3 months later, I was no longer only doing the news. I was doing the news and other features on the show. So it was a 3-hour show. It was a breakfast morning. It was late. So we ran the show. 6 months later, I get a call. Yo, Sazi, we have an open slot. How about that? And I was like, for me, that boy, I couldn't use. So that was my first ever show, and I had to brand it. You know, it's not easy branding a show, producing it, coming up with music, because they wanted a different flavor. And the main idea was that we can't have two heads in one show. I didn't know I was a head. I was only reading the news, that's all I was doing. So they said, yo, we can't have two big personalities in the same show. I was like, okay, for the first time. I was like, can you say that again? I was like, you can't have two big personalities. So that's when my love for presenting came. 3 years later, they come up with a new slot. You know, you've been doing this slot for so long, and we have a better slot for you. How about you do a drive? A drive show is always the main show. You know? So I was like, drive who, me? It's like, yeah. So that's how we do to ourselves. When a better opportunity comes to you, you're like, me? That's disrespect. We don't do that in 2019. We can't sleep. So I do the drive, and one day I heard about Cape Town TV, there's auditions. And then I went, I was like, oh, for the first time I'm gonna go. And then I went there, sucked. I think, I'd like to think I am really, really not talented in presenting. I'd like to believe that, but I just work hard at it. So first time, that's not disrespect, that's true. So the first time, it was bad. It was really bad. I went in and there was like a lot of cameras, and I was like, yo, Jesus, what's happening here? And then they were like, yo, hit us up with anything. I did that, and it didn't take me. And then the following year they came again, auditions. I was like, okay, this time I'm ready. And I remember them calling me. I was on my way to work. I was like, yo, look, we went through the videos of the auditions, and we considered taking you for a part. I was in a taxi. Look, I screamed, everybody was like, oh, what's the guy doing? And I told the guy next to me, he was a colored guy, he doesn't know me, I don't know him. He was like, what's happening? And I told him. Then he also went crazy. And for the first time in my life, a lot of things started to happen. And a lot of things started to make sense. Because this is what happens when you love something, you think about it. And the more you think about this something that you love, the more you're attracted. You know what I'm saying? The more you bring it to yourself. If I had known at 18 what I wanted to do, I would have done it back then. You know, I would have started way early. But I mean, it's not about when do you start. It's about, you know, you got here. You know, you're also looking at where you're going. So my floating days ended. Well, not really ended, but I floated differently now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was still floating, but I was floating different. I had a direction for the first time. And one of my radio mentors used to say, direction is way more important than speed. Because we could be running fast, going nowhere. You know, we could be here fast, but if you have direction, you'd rather be working slow towards something. So anybody in the room that's 30, only finding their love right now, I say shout out to you. Anybody who's, I don't know, 40 and they like, actually I love cooking, I would love to cook for a living. Shout out to you, because it's never about, you know, the speed. It's never about when. It's about, you know, the direction. Finally, you found what you love. So, all these floating days, finally, things are happening for me. And I got to Ambassador Nivea, I got to do other stuff as well. If it wasn't for the lessons that I've learned in the beginning, which is my foundation, that no matter how many people tell you you can't, because I still remember a lot of people, even if I can tell you right now and say, look, next year I'm going to be in Club 808, you're still going to tell me who you are? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing people focus on. Okay, before I say that, have you noticed this? The moment you start dreaming, the first thing when you tell your friends or whoever about your dreams, the first thing you get is negativity. And that's the only thing that never goes away. Dude, even Bill Gates today has still got people that are negative towards him. You could be the richest man in the world that ever lived, and you get people still, throwing you in negativity. That it doesn't go away no matter how successful. You can graduate today and people still gonna be like, you can buy a car today and be like, well, it doesn't have an aircon. It doesn't have a airbag. There's always gonna be, that one thing that people find, in the situation and want to turn it against you. Please don't disrespect yourself. Do not believe them.
Yeah.
It's a lie. Devil is a liar.
Yeah.
They lie to you. They never ever listen to anybody that says it can't. Well, it can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was a township boy when I started. Well, I still am, And look at me right now, look at me today, where I am in life, how far I come from. And when I look back, I can't remember the days that, were nice. I remember the days that we slept at home without food. And I'm like, yo, look, that ends with me in the family. And I feel like as this generation, we have a lot of chains to break. You know what I'm saying? So 2015, I went back to school. Did my matric. I'm the first ever matriculated in the house. Still, doesn't matter when. Doesn't matter when. You know what I'm saying? And with that, we have a lot of black, families that doesn't have a net worth. Those are the things that we should be breaking down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this right now. I know it might haunt me, 20 years from now, but look, my kids are gonna know me. My kids are gonna call me daddy. I ain't going anywhere. God bless whoever I'm gonna get married to. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Me and my kids are gonna hang out at McDonald's, guys. We're gonna hang out and chill. They call me daddy. Because I grew up without a dad. I know thousands of other people that grew up without fathers. My situation ends with me. You know what I'm saying? And your struggle at home. You know what you guys have been struggling with for generations, and it ends with you. You're the last person to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I was the first person to have a 10K salary. I know that's nothing, but I was the first person to have a 10K salary in my family. I was like, yo, mama, I brought 10K in the house. And then I was like, whoa. So there's like a lot of things that, when we grow up, we look at and they really pain us. Because when the kid next door had 3 bicycles and I had 9, when they spent their time with their dads and I did not, that hurt me. But what we don't understand about the pain is that this is a foundation. Somebody spoke about rock bottom. You have $1 million today, and tomorrow you have nothing. Maybe you live in the streets. Maybe you broke. Maybe you don't have a house. You're rock bottom. You don't have anything in your name. You just started a career. You don't make money, and you're thinking about it. You're like, where are we going from here? This is one thing I want to explain. Normally, or when I hear people preaching, they say God is the rock of ages. I'm not sure if it's an irony that rock of ages and rock bottom sound a little bit the same? Because look, you can have 1 million today and your life is here. Alright? And then it all flashes away. Nobody has ever suffered past rock bottom. Because at rock bottom, that's God's hands. You run past, look, you can have a mansion and then go broke, but you'll never go broker than rock bottom. Because that's where it's at. That's where the foundation is at. When you broke, you go back to where you belong. And you're like, okay, from here, how can I build, a proper foundation? Have you ever seen a beautiful house and you'd be like, oh, it has a nice foundation? No. Nobody talks about the foundation, unless the house is falling apart, obviously. Like, the foundation. But my thing is, at rock bottom, when you're broke and hungry and poor, you're wearing the same clothes the rest of the week, you don't want to be seen, you're going through a lot of things, but you never pass that. There's still life in your lungs. You know what I'm saying? You are alive. We should start acting like it. Yeah, we broke now. One of the things when I really think about it, you and Bill Gates have the same 24 hours. You guys are breathing the same air. And he's way richer than you. What are you doing? This is my say. If you were born poor, broke, like me, that's not your fault. You were born into the situation. But if you die broke and poor, that's on you. That's definitely on you, because you had all the time in the world to revive and fall and learn, get back on your feet, fall again and learn and get back to your feet until you get what you want. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to this girl. I'm sorry, I'm going to be referring a lot of people. They asked her, what's your biggest achievement in life? And it struck me that no matter how many times you fall, the biggest achievement in life is always going to be the times that you got up. How many chances you give yourself. Because I only told you guys the good stories. I didn't tell you, I was once in situations where I was like, how did I get here? I was once in careers that were like, dude, I at some point in my life, there's a big biscuit factory closer to where I stay. I worked there. That's where Glenn was working. But Glenn was in making the biscuits and all of that. I was on the dustbin. I was the dustbin boy. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that was rock bottom. And so there's a lot of things that we go through in life. But sometimes, someday, you look back and you're like, yo, how did we get there? And for me, when I look back today, I'm like, okay, that's a measurement. I never, ever want to go back to rock bottom again. No. So if we start building, or if we start giving ourselves enough chances, you fail today, you wake up tomorrow, you're like, I'm going to give myself another chance. Because trust me, if you don't give yourself enough chances, you're not going to make it. Because in this road, you could have, I don't know, a lot of people say, well, entertainment industry, it's like, it always ready to slaughter you out. Well, the office too. There's always new kid in the block here in the entertainment industry. You get a lot of, like, if you're a presenter today and there's a new kid in the block, they will kick you out. Same as in the office. You get here and there's a new kid that does your job better than you, they kick you out. You know what I'm saying? So it's never safe anywhere. And for me, one of the last words that I want to leave, I know I've been, I've been trying to connect the puzzles, but one of the biggest things that I've learned in life is that it's never ever about where you come from. It's never about the people that told you can't do it. And it's never about you not having money or whatever. It's always about if you have the dream and you know what you're willing to sacrifice to get there, and you have the strength to start, then that's it. I can't remember how many producers came to me and was like, yo, I want you to play my song on radio. And I told them, look, your song is good, but it's not radio quality. Also, this is the thing, when we're starting up, we're like, ish, I want to be a rapper, but I don't have a studio, to record. Or I want to produce, but I don't have the quality. Or I want to sing, but I don't have this. Or I want to present, but I don't have a radio station. I don't have a TV station. We always say, I want to do this, but I don't have this. So we always say, this is what actually I should be doing, but there's no this. When I started my business, I have a company, small company, fashion store, Kanyana. It's called the Millennials Co. When I started, I had no money. I wasn't working at the time. The idea came that I want to sell t-shirts and later maybe, tap into the fashion side of the world. When I started, I had literally zero money. I made 4 t-shirts, and that was late October 2017. And November, I'd sold the 3 of those t-shirts. One, I kept it for me, and after that, there was like another 6 people that wanted orders, and then from there, it started growing. After those 6 people, there was like 20. After 20, there was like 15 December, and back to January, dropped a little bit, and then Feb, March started growing. Everybody started to know these t-shirts that have been sold. I had literally zero capital to start a business. I had only one thing, an idea and the drive. That's all you need in life. And later on, I remember speaking to one of my friends saying, yo, look, we've done this much in life, we have nothing still. But, we can make one into, become something better for somebody that, needs them, needs that attention or needs that one thing or service or good, So we sat down and we came up with an organization called The Giving Hand. And also there was no funding into it. And we donated 3 bags of clothes, took the pictures, posted on social media, wanting for more. And, there's been 10, we took the 10, delivered to people that needed the most, and there's like 20, it started growing. And even if you look at the richest person right now, we look at what we see. I'm gonna give you Casper Nyovest in South Africa, because so if we look at Casper Nyovest, we look at the mansion, we look at what he has right now, but nobody cares about the journey. Nobody cares about the foundation. We look at the product, we're like, Casper Nyovest made it, and it's impossible to make it because you look at the product. But if you really study successful people and repeat what they do, it's mostly likely you'll end up successful. And most importantly, if you read successful people or unsuccessful people and try to stay away from what they're doing, I guarantee you will end up successful. Because this is my thing, learning doesn't end the day you get, a record label. It doesn't end the day you finally graduate. It ends the day you die. So for me, floating, doing all these things, my biggest thing in life has always been learning. That's all. I don't care if I'm gonna get money out of it, as long as I got the skill. That's good. Because for me, building is more important than getting money now and flex. Because I flexed. 2014 I flexed. With Glenn's money, but we flexed. You know what I'm saying? So the most important thing in life is learning. I got to Cape Town TV the first 3 months. I was seriously drowning. Like every presenter will pull out like Bonamba table, like, hey guys, no, good. And the guys will pull up with whoever, the inspiration. But there's always been this edge in me that I want to sound as Sazi Manzi as possible. That's all I wanted. As a result, I drowned because I didn't know who Sazi Manzi was in camera. And when I got there, this is what we do. We test the waters and we're like, nah, I don't want to do this. But when I got there, I was like, what? Camera 1? Camera 1? Camera 2? What's camera 2? What's lights? What's that? I was like, I'm going to stay here until I learn what you guys talking about. Today, you say camera 2, I'll be like, yes, sir. My name is Sazi Manzi. We're out here. Yeah, camera 4, I'm like, yeah, fine. Because I tell you, I might stay here until I learn. We stay here. You put me in a different space tomorrow, you say, okay, I'm gonna send you to a business meeting. I'm like, yo, look, what you guys talking about? Stocks going up, we're talking about currencies. I'm like, I don't know a thing that you guys, but look, I will go to the same conference 50 times. I ain't going anywhere. If it's important, if it's gonna build me, I'm gonna stay here. This is what I do. So, for me, life has always been about learning. If you wanna learn, try as many times as you can in whatever you do. Find yourself in it. When I started radio, I wanted to find who I am. I could have been easily pulled out like one of the guys on Club Lane or in other popular radio stations, but that wasn't Sazi Manzi. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of people in this line of work that were in the industry, and they sounded so good, but so somebody else at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And you don't last long. Even if you listen to my radio show today, you're like, hey, but you can tell there's no radio show that you've ever listened to that's like my radio show. Identity is everything, so it's always about yourself. I put you in the office, which is one of the things that but if I have to, if it's important to me, I tell you, I'm gonna give it my 100%. Look, even if I would work in the construction right now, I would spend every day of my life trying to lay a brick better than anybody who's ever laid a brick before. Because for me, everything you take and you look, who are you into this thing? You do it 100% because you know where you're going. Look, if I can wash your car, if I have a car wash right now, I would wash the cars better than anybody I've seen washing cars. Because there's so me into what I'm doing. So if you choose a career, student, you should choose something that's really you. Choose something that if it's a weekend, you're not happy. You're not happy with 3 days off work. Because I work in ops, the main road. Wine bed. At 5 p.m., everybody is rushing home. Literally everybody's cars, everybody's pace is up and down, everybody's just rushing home to what? I know, I want to sit home, watch soccer. My mentor used to say, life begins after 5. Your life begins after 5. If you still have a job, to pay the bills, but you have a dream, your life between 8 and 5 is not yours. Somebody else is owning that life. That part of your life is being owned by somebody. But from 5 until whenever, that's your chance. That's you working on your dreams at that time. So before I get off stage, I know I'm taking a lot, so I'm gonna get off right now. Make sure that in whatever you do in life, find a you in it. Find, like me, I find Sazi Manzi in everything I do. Like a few days ago, me and my friends hanging around because we're starting a blog. There's like other finances into the company now, and we speak about products. We're speaking about finding products for facial. We're speaking about men products. We're speaking about grooming. A year ago I didn't even know what grooming means. You know what I'm saying? And it's a year later now. We're speaking about Nivea. We're speaking about campaigns. We're speaking about a lot of things. Dude, I wasn't into Instagram. Right now we're speaking about financial strategies. We're speaking about likes, how to get more likes, how to do this. I even have a planner outside. I have an app where I plan all my feed. I'm like, okay, today I'll post this, and today I'll post that. Because life is all about planning. Life is all about knowing exactly your moves and calculating them. Because if you are you in something, every day you say, thank God I woke up and doing this. And every day, because I get a lot of people like, how do you survive from radio, having a job in TV, tour companies? How do you make time? I say, I don't know, I have no idea. But I'm doing it. Because if you're doing something you love.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, last words, guys, I'm out. It's I think something that I learned a year ago, and I would like to pass it to every black person or middle class person or poor class person in the room, that no matter how far life takes you,
Yes.
or how low life takes you, always try and create more than one streams of income. Create more than one, because you might get paid on this side. You don't know when it gotta end. You know what I'm saying? So try as much as possible to create more than one streams of income, because it's always good when it comes to side to side. Otherwise, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing. Yeah, I'm out of here.